currently. Well, no, I could say local time, but we have a producer also in an early morning hour. I don't remember exactly how early it is there where he is located right now, but big thanks to our assistant, being playing a big role for today.
Let's see if 5ManMidas can give us another hold like they did in the first game. They have, at the very least, some kill opportunities of their own here. They have decent global pickoff with, of course, the Sunstrike into the Chronosphere later on. I would be surprised to see it early, though, even though that's the way it used to be played, right? You grab uh, the Exort Invoker immediately and start
30
Sunstriking
seconds to
other
go.
lanes to help out. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing that from RL this time around.
Mm. Like what I do like about 5ManMidas' lineup idea is the possibility of having Cataclysm with the Chronosphere. But if you go Exhort on this Invoker and you have a Void in your team, you're gonna lose your entire map. Your entire space is gonna be gone super early.
Mhm.
And that is really just a godsend given for the Brute and the TA who are just going to push down towers. That's where you basically just forfeit the game right away. So Invoker forcing to go Quad Swex for the early levels and maybe transition into the Aghanims with Exort at the late levels. So obviously you will max out Exort first before Quad Swex. That's for sure. That's what you always do with an Invoker. You always want to get the damage output because you're going to need it the most. So it's hopeful and wishful thinking to actually see the Invoker and Void to be at its peak in this game for at least whatever the duration is going to be. You could almost say half of the game's duration, unless this is like a 2-hour marathon. Then probably earlier than that.
Probably is. Both of these zeros so level hungry. Well, we're going to have to see what they can come up with. So far, no big surprises at the runes here just yet. Taking it easy.
Warden spotting out Ray. Early hits have been dealt. Blightstone picked up, so this is a bit of a tickle on the ogre. Not sure which head is enjoying this tickle more. Fine with that. We can actually take a look at this. Do we want to look at the mid matchup too much? I Annihilate with Quap against RRL with the Invoker. Some Quaps have been very keen on diving under the tower to get that early kill, even if they're under Cold Snap. So if this were the time to play some aggressive moves, it would be when this Invoker still doesn't have points in Quas. He's gone for Wex for the EMP Tornado. So I'm sorry, the EMP first, now the first point in Quas for the Tornado. Most likely going to be picking up that second point in Quas at level 3. But I would love to see these two just trading a lot. Meanwhile, top lane, TA is down to 100 HP.
Olo doing everything in his power to zone her out when she just still does not have the refraction at the ready. But that level 2 is inevitable, gonna come from the creeps under tower now.
TA is missing every last hit. He gets the range creep at least, but hitting level 2 finally has side blades, so you got the spill. But even using a meld strike on a creep and not getting it, that was a bit painful.
It is, and still leaving herself open to a bunch of harassment from Bolo, still, who did have to use a lot of regen for the previous go, though.
Yeah.
Can't keep that up forever.
One thing that I really love about this safe lane TA is the mana cost of Meld, which truly enables this.
Look at the damage onto that centaur. He's immediately at 0 armor.
The damage is real, plus then you have the Sideblade Spill, which also helps a lot. That peer damage into no survivability, technically. But the Centaur also ramps up very early. He's going to go for that Vanguard. Doesn't mind about the TA at all. Centaur should easily live against most of the damage dealt by KBU, so Little Boy might be in for a very enjoyable game. Right now, they're focusing on the Granny. Thena able to get back into the safety of the tower at 100 HP.
I'm not so sure about that. There's already Shredder up on Thena as well, and there's no armor being provided by the Vanguard, only really raw HP and the damage block. So the big meld hits are still going to shred him just as hard as before.
Yeah, I would like to see Snapfire actually max out the Shredder. No points in Scatter Blast, just Cookie and Shredder. I would like to see that build come through.
We have a bunch in the past as well, especially in favor of these minus armor heavy safe or side laners.
Yep. Then you might as well add Weaver's Swarm into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get a Desolator Quap?
No.
But it is going to be Bolo taking down Thena in the end in this top lane. Stun from the Hoop Stomp. And then the damage provided by the Lion. And that's an easy kill of the Snapfire. First blood for 5ManMidas. Meanwhile, bottom, also some hits being traded. Warden, salve up. And thanks to that, he actually lives. It is a costly one. But does Sunlight actually get this kill on the Faceless Void? Warden wanted to go in with that Shukuchi, but playing with his life here.
Yeah, he knows that there's a sentry.
Yep, there's the Ignite.
Oh no.
4 stick charges. He is very committed to this. He lives. He lives. 9 HP. That's all you need, Centaur. He's got minus armor applied right now, but the kill onto the TA, and he can't even finish the job on Little Boy, and he walks in for the double kill. Oh, that's made out of sweet dreams for the Centaur. That's
That is
a happy
exactly
little
what he
boy.
needed. Oh yeah. It's not going to get him out of the woods just yet, but surely going to survive him, bring him a lot of survivability versus the TA. And now they get the pull off as well. Dad's not happy with this. This is not how it was supposed to go.
Nope, this was definitely not the idea they had in mind for this lane. Now a Vanguard on the Centaur, 12 HP regen per second. He's already got the survivability. The passive regen is going to be pretty nice for him. Now looking at the CS department as well. Centaur's having a good game, but this Void is struggling at the moment. 16 last hits. Lies would quickly want to move out of this lane, but he doesn't have the farming items to hit jungle yet either.
Yep, you want to finish the boots and then ideally at least half of your Mask of Madness already, if that is the item you're going for. Or alternatively, a major component of your Maelstrom.
Yeah,
He's
I would
not
like
looking
to
good
see...
on trade for either.
Yeah, I would like to see Maelstrom this game above the Mask of Madness. It feels like Mom is a very greedy item. Considering that there's still Quap who can build Orchid, there's a Root who could also build an Orchid, so a lot of silences on their way. While RRL, he is being bullied a bit. Cookie stunned nicely from the Snapfire, and Invoker nowhere to go. Slams the Sonic Wave right in the face of this Invoker, and the DD rune picked by the Quap. Annihilate is going to be happy with that one.
Oh yeah, fantastic. And he's going to... Yeah, and he's going to quickly overtake the center at the top of the farming board. Absolutely nothing to stop him off here. But that rotation does mean that the TA right now has not really anything to put in the way of the center, who, surprisingly enough to me, with his Vanguard, gets to have the top lane to himself right now. That's a big win.
Yeah, I feel like this was the end result in the end, since the TA wasn't able to pack much of a punch at early death also, and as well as how the first levels, the first 2 levels basically went. 5ManMidas with the constant harass, Bolo really putting the pressure onto the Snapfire, Snap feeling like, yeah, I can't do much in this lane, TA's got no damage, what do you do with the Shredder? You can drop the armor completely off, but if you don't have the damage, then it's good for nothing. But yeah, as soon as you see that Vanguard, you're no longer killing its hero, so might as well just let him farm, trying to farm elsewhere. But this bot lane rotation, as they've taken down the Ogre, Bolo, close one. Look at the amount of damage those spiders chew at one go, but it's not enough to kill the Lion. And they also get the Void out of the way, but that's still a tower down.
It is, and this is now Sunlight's bottom lane. They don't have any kind of answer to him. At the very least, Dad needs to vacate top now as well after the rotation from the Void. Cannot do anything to stop them. But that rotation from Sunlight is going to come into the mid tower, and we know it.
Yeah. Action rune contested. Our Kindred picked up by the Invoker. Quap getting stunned up, low on mana, still has the capability of rolling out. The Bolo stun is going to be too short. Earth Spike doesn't fly far enough. They missed an easy kill. They still had time after that stun would have landed. The Quap wasn't ready to blink out until like half a second or second after. So they thought that stun would connect. It didn't. Quap lives through that, and that's a big one.
And now Little Boy has actually come down to the lane here. He's not going to be able to do anything versus the Broodmother herself, but at the very least he can clear the creeps.
Wants to kill those spiders.
You're not a Mars, buddy. Oh, and he's surrounded.
He is. They want to bait out the double edge before those spiders starts chewing. But again, Vanguard, he does way too much. Can't actually worry about him at all. Snapfire gets the stun on the Invoker. Bolo coming in from the side. That's going to be the end of the snap. Well, Little Boy, they still got the Stampede. You got to keep that in mind. You don't want to overextend like Annihilate does want to go for this one. Takes down Bolo, takes the Courier with him as well. But that's going to mean he's also going to die for this. That was the one thing they were waiting for. Quap to dive in deep, and then they pop Stampede to charge right after. They're happy to pay a Lion's price, or Lion's life, if they can take Quaps.
They also pay a bottom tower, though.
Yeah, this is what Sunlight's been doing, though. Very good at reading the situation. Like, he can't help his team straight through the fight, but he will help his team in any other way necessary.
Dad got spotted out here, actually, and there is a Chronosphere.
Might have to use it, even. Bolo's already dead. Lies. When does the desperation hit in? Doesn't use it at all.
But it's like, you don't want to use it? Okay, I understand.
Yeah, that is fine by me. Spots the Void, pokes him a little bit, wants to force out the Time Walk before they fully nuke in. Annihilate is also just rolling and flying right there, waiting for that Scream opportunity. Nuke that Void down. Smoke up, aggressive smoke up too, under the cover of darkness. Ogre spots the Quap. He's stunned, little Shredder's there, right click should be sufficient, but the Chrono not gonna be there in time, but the Tornado will connect RRL, he's gonna be on point onto the Quap. And the mid laners are gonna be battling against each other with the Bug chewing up on the Invoker. They will get the kill on the Snapfire, who did basically sacrifice himself or herself. Buy some time for the rest of the squad to disengage. Weaver getting stunned up by the Earth Spike. Bolo still chasing, has Hex, has a lot more movement speed as well. This Weaver does only have Shikuchi, but saying that, it does feel like this Weaver has more tools to get away.
Yeah, I've never seen a fish run that fast.
I've never seen a fish run in my entire life. Nina? Back to the graveyard you go, I guess. I mean, you just respawned and killed right away. That's a TP on cooldown too, plus a mid tower going down. That's not good for KBU.
No, it's not. And Little Boy really doing everything in his power to leverage this big bulk around and just taking towers. He's pretending he's a Timbersaw and getting away with it.
They are making some very good moves. They're slowing down the push from KBU by finding these heroes. Annihilate just blinks into a 3-man smoke. Oh my goodness, that could not be any worse. Quap's gonna have nightmares of this one. Blinks straight into the 3-man smoke.
Yep, and now Dad needs to immediately vacate the premises.
Here's the Chrono. This time they've got this TA. It's a tough kill. Do they actually have the texture for it? Oh. This is a really hard kill still. KBU, nobody willing to come to the and now the Broodmother is finally arriving. Like, I think you need my help.
Poker? The money.
Alright, I will I was honest that this TA kill would be taking place and a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
instead
I think 5ManMidas agrees with you there. It's like, yeah, he's dead. No backup is coming. And Dad is like, yeah, I think I'm dead. No backup is. Wait, no, come over here, guys. Come over here.
Yeah. Evacuate, retreat. Nope. Granny's raining fire on top of them. And now there's a
Now
Faceless
Orchid.
Void silenced up by the Orchid. Cookie on the Spiderling. Doesn't quite connect, but it doesn't matter. It's still a dead Faceless Void. Now they can actually kill this Centaur if they get the opportunity for it. No Stampede. Ogre is also in between. That's also a juicy target they could think about, but nicely rotating their way around Little Boy, making this impenetrable wall in between to cover the Ogre's escape.
So much of their damage is just in Spiderlings right now, and as it turns out, Little Boy, between the Crimson Guard that he's now finished off, and of course his Retaliate, there is no way for Sunlight to sick the spiders on him, so Little Boy lives to fight another day, but his companion is not so lucky.
Oh, free-man Spider Cookie as well from Thena. So they can get the kill onto Ray. The Spider is wanting to chase Bolo, but not quite. Little Boy. He's getting these spiders, not just quite yet, but now onto Bolo again. Look at this go. The Stampede to save the Lion. Annihilate. Trying to make his way out from this Hellbear Smasher that also wants a piece of this action. Thena killed. Broodmother also on the run. Constantly trying to keep on the move. Away from 5ManMidas.
Away from Little Boy.
For support.
He's trying to kill everybody else. Look at this, RL. Hello.
Hey. Not too bad. So this Broodmother might actually end up biting the dust. All of the Spiderlings gone. Annihilate's going to be able to snipe him down. And the Brood, look at these moves. Look at these moves. Breaking ankles, breaking her own ankles. Doesn't matter. This Broodmother is just barely slithering away. Now the silence is as well onto the Faceless Void. Annihilate coming in from the side. He's got the Sonic Wave into the Spiderlings and he gets the heal. If only it connected just a bit earlier, it might have been enough. And look at that. Tumbler Toy into the Stomp and now onto the Broodmother. This one's going to go through. Killing off Sunlight. And also Ogre dropping very low. Annihilate's going to find one. A lot of fighting. One after the other. Another good cookie. Look at that Snapfire. Look at that wheelie. Look at the face of Mortimer right now. Absolutely petrified from that last team fight. No signs of life left. Granny's barely holding on. He's holding on to that seat. Don't fall off. Don't fall off, Granny.
This lizard's seen some shit.
That lizard has definitely seen some shit in his life, but living through it. 6 deaths or 6 assists or whatever. I can't even. It's too late.
That's okay. I mean, KMU, everything put together, they're holding this together pretty nicely because Dad was involved in exactly none of that. He suddenly got Dragonlance Desolator up like PAs are wont to do. So, excuse me, TAs. And they didn't even have to sacrifice that much farm on their other cores for it. They just had to keep Little Boy busy. And especially Lies really getting very involved there. It means he's not catching up to the enemy cores and farm right now. I'm sorry. This fucking lizard. I shouldn't be swearing, but
I'm crying.
I'm just trying not to look at it.
Night. It's too late in the night for this. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. Okay, T8. You're gonna get surrounded. Stampede coming in. The cookie save. Moving down a bit safer. There's a stun. The meatball's gonna be there. It's a spicy one. And that is a dead T8. They use a lot of resources for it. Mortimer is still wondering what the heck has happened. But they actually killed the Faceless Void in the top lane. Warden, with the help of Sunlight. Big kills. Carry for carry.
Now, oh, they're gonna lose Thena here. That's gonna reset him at the very least. I think we can all be thankful for that.
Thank God. Was about bloody time that actually happened, but can they send these by replay of Mortimer? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Root is trying to make a way, but Little Boy comes in for the stun. Tornado will connect onto the Brood, and look at that. It's the entire squad of 5ManMidas. It's a 5-man gank squad on top of a Broodmother.
Yep, trying
But
to make
still.
plays happen while the center wasn't there.
Yeah, kill or no kill, it's still a 3k net worth lead for KBU because of their split push potential.
Yep, and just the way that they've been keeping 5ManMidas busy. That said, little boy.
Sunstrike. Nina. Little boy found another one. Promising kills here, like still a good roller coaster, but it's a roller coaster that 5ManMidas is actually enjoying right now because they got a DD for the Faceless Void into the Roach Pit to take ages for themselves. They're really enabling this Faceless Void, and even the Invoker and that Midas, those are slowly going to start building into something big. It also slows down KBU's Snowball, and that means that Radiance is going to be one step closer to the potential victory. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but those are all adding up together for a full package. Nice move there from Little Boy with the Tumbler Toy into the Blink Dagger. They got the TA as well, and there we go. Looking for that Sunstrike. The Chrono's going to be there as well. Lie's going to be smacking dead down to the ground. And also I Annihilate will follow. 2 dead from KBU, and maybe even more. They might have taken down Bolo with the Spiders. Now, with Ray in front, he doesn't even worry too much about these Spiderlings chewing at the feet of this Ogre Mage because he does have the assistance of that Centaur, but Centaur dropping low on HP. Oh, look at that. The mortars are going to be connecting and burning Centaur alive. Mid tower gone. Unstoppable streak taken away from the Centaur, so it's not a complete loss for KBU.
Losing their 2 big cores there is once again a heavy price to pay, but at least the Roshan does not go towards 5ManMidas. I mean, it would have been very slow for them to take anyway. Yeah, Dad, really looking forward to having this BAB in his pocket so that he does no longer get blown up by simple blink stuns like that.
Oh, back into the Roach Pit. Dad wants to get that 8. Might able to finish off the job. They will take it instead, potentially. And they've got so much to give, and that Roach is melting, and it's taken, and it goes for the TA.
Yep. It is honestly one of the best tools to have versus a Faceless Void as well. He only has 1 Chronosphere, you have 2 lives. Feels good, man.
Looking at the numbers game, I do love to see there's a huge net worth lead for KBU, but that win rate percentage, it's going the other way. That is a graph that is going completely into 2 different directions as the Centaur finding one with the stun. That is the Brood Mother down.
Increasing his reach with first the Tumbler's Toy before blinking in. It looks so silly, but it's so deadly.
It does fool your opponent for a moment, you know. It almost feels like a taunt, you know.
Boing. I think Dad has his eyes set on taking over that Radiant jungle right now, taking down the bottom tower, getting the outpost.
Yeah, oh, look at this TP's bottom. Saw the TA, but does TA have backup? That's the big question 5ManMidas kind of has to figure out. They only see 1 hero on the map. Everybody else is hidden.
Dire's top tower is under
No
attack.
vision on their opponents right now, so 3 hits dealt onto the tier 2 tower, 800 damage. They start now 5ManMidas. Now they stack up bot for a smoke with 3. Bolo, Little Boy, Lies. Fighting up against the Aegis. And completely blind in vision, but Bolo, if he positions him correct, he is right in front. And Little Boy comes in with the Tumbler Toy into the Blink Stun, and TA will go down for the first time. Will she go down for a second? Chrono is up now and Lies. Great positioning. Chrono's his buddy. Wants to make sure that the TA is going to be inside of it. The Stampede will be used as well, but look at that onto the back line. It will look to kill for more. Annihilate and Dad both gone. Ray dropping down as well. It's now down to the Brood Mother to do the majority of the work. Warden finds Bolo. Little Boy, he is low on HP as well as that minus armor keeps on ticking, finally finishes off the bug while Warden watches 1 hero disappear, the Invoker, but the Void being dead, and 3 others. It is the Snapfire, the petrified Mortimer, who brings out the triple kill.
Revenge. That looked so good for 5ManMidas as well. They get the first life down, they get in a choke point too, where it's very hard for anybody from KBU to come to the rescue, but Annihilate actually jumps over and asks for so much attention.
Okay, we
We're
got a
gonna see that
replay.
fight here again.
I was waiting for the petrified Snapfire to be shown, that this guy was the one that was given a triple kill out of this team fight. But as you can see, Thana is able to burn out that Faceless Void with the Mortimer's Kisses, and that meaning a huge source of damage gone, and it just spreads into 2 different directions, while the Quap is unable to provide. Sorry, once the Invoker is unable to provide after that Chrono and the Void dead, Midas is just, they're just out of damage.
Yep. Still, KBU having to claw their way through this game. Every single piece of gold on that net worth lead has been fought for and paid for in blood, especially from Dad, who is really not having the kind of game as you want your safe lane TA to have right now.
Exactly, and that's exactly why the graph is still telling 66% for 5ManMidas and only 34% for KBU, despite a 6k lead. So that's something.
The Aghanims is up.
Oh, they're coming in force. They found Ray. There's the silence. Spiders chew away on the Ogre. Other heroes hiding. It's little boy Bolo on the low ground on the side. They see the TA. TA with a fresh BKB.
Dire's top tower is
Spots
under
the
attack.
Centaur with the trap. Finds the Lion on the low ground. Comes the Centaur again, but not going to be able to escape. And actually get more than just 1 stun off. And even more with the Bolo actually hunted down under the tower by Annihilate. 5ManMidas suddenly diminished down to 2 heroes out of 5.
Really pressing their advantage there, starting with, of course, the Chronosphere being on cooldown. Not anymore now, but the Faceless Void is not gonna come in now that he doesn't really have any allies. You might want a little bit more on top of your Cataclysm. That said, that Cataclysm is now ready, and the Exort has been maxed.
This is your big damage tool. If you land Cataclysm into Refraction Charge, you're really gonna start banging your head on the wall.
Oh yeah. Especially if that leads to the Weaver being able to time-lapse, because that defensive tool is now
And that
also
as
up.
well, yeah, that is such a counteractive play as well. This is a first phase Weaver too, into the Invoker being picked in the first phase and followed up by a Faceless Void in the second to have like this combo ready, but Weaver just counters it with 1 item if he's in the right place at the right time.
Yep, and I think it once again is gonna come down to Little Boy to find that Weaver, to be the man of the match here, which he's already been in my opinion, and make sure that the time-lapse can't go off.
Very much needed. Heroics. And big plays. Annihilate reveals herself in the top lane. There is a hasted Centaur. Basically just destroy this tower by himself with the help of Retaliate.
Does he want to though?
Beast.
Bottom lane is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Invoker's teleporting away. DPs are coming to top for KBU. Maybe they can jump on this opportunity with the Centaur being initiated on, and they might lose 1, but do they lose more? They have a push going on at the same time with the Broodfather onto the tier 3 tower. Centaur dropping low on HP, but it's not going to be enough. Annihilate goes in with the BKB. The Chrono's going to be landed at the same time as well. He does get the kill on Centaur. There we also have the Cataclysm, which is going to be enough damage to take down the Quap. But at the same, that tower did take 1,500 damage. It was not enough to destroy it. But still a lot.
It is still a lot, and good chrono placement there by Elias, by the way. If he puts her more on the edge, the Weaver can actually get a time-lapse off, but as it is, the reach of that time-lapse not very high. It does not have a Aether Lens yet, so...
Yeah, now
They
he's
get the
lined it
kill.
up too. He's like,
Yeah.
I need this. Root is surrounded by enemies. Hit by the stun, but they can't find where she is. Playing Cuckoo.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Actually going on the offensive versus 4.
And there comes the rest of the
Backup's
squad.
coming
Oh
in.
no, it's all a trap. It's all been laid down. That comes in from the side. They know that there's no chrono. Ogre's going to be taking every single hit from the TA, and TA will take it down. Bolo falling as well to Sunlight, and now TA sieging from the low ground. Brood 1 versus 4ing a lot of time, and KBU just surrounds and surprises 5ManMidas, forces out the buyback off of the Lion. Beautiful play there from Sunlight. That's worthy of a tip in itself.
Absolutely, and Little Boy is starting to near the end of his window here, and now his team is fully reliant on the Cataclysm Chronosphere combination. And as soon as that's down, you can see KBU, our co-op's not here. They don't care, they know it's go time.
Radiant's middle tower is
Also,
under
for the
attack.
first time, even Gaben is setting his faith in KBU that they might actually win this.
That took him long enough.
Has been long enough. 28 minutes. This is technically a power spike timing now for KBU. A lot of spiders dead.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Good. All the way back inside the base, and there's that the cookie into the time lapse to help the Brood Mother survive. BKB to run out from the high ground. Love that interaction there. Enabling the Weaver to get a bit closer for the time lapse thanks to the Snapfire cookie while Brood was still stunned.
It does mean that now the Chronosphere is up again, though. They have not broken racks in the
And they
meantime.
smoke up, rightfully so. Now they need to find a big target with it.
Aiming right for Dad.
You know where TA is. TA is going to be shown under the ward in just a few seconds. So far
they got
away, and now
scanned.
the threat of the Brood. The threat of the Brood is also there.
Red to the
City
Brood.
in front of the base. Yep, they're going to have to change targets. Brood Mother is going to be the target after all. Tornado's going to be there. No BKB up with this hero. That was set. But as that is happening, again, you're choosing from another poison. Roshan has spawned. No matter what you do as 5ManMidas, there's always something going in the favor of KBU.
You're really between a rock and a hard place here.
That also chews on morale and confidence a lot. But they do have the BKB on the Invoker, so still, 5ManMidas is capable of bringing and raining down hell on top of KBU with those Chronos, with the Centaur having that tankiness. Invoker with the BKB now able to dish out damage throughout the fight and not just get silenced by the Quap. So that is a big changer, big game changer for them. Top lane, they spotted Dad. Chance to blow up the Aegis. There's the stun. Warden sitting right next to him, waiting patiently. That's all he needs to do, but he put them inside the Chrono. He's got both of them with this Cataclysm and a beautiful connection. That's both gone. And Lil Boy waiting for the stun, but the PA will go for the BKB. Invoker pops his. Tries to go for the runaway, but the Sonic Wave does a lot of damage. It pushes away the Invoker, but doesn't quite get enough for the kill. Now they're all stacked up right now. They're going to take down Bolo. They're finally going to get the TA, but the 3-man cookie coming in as well for the Sapphire. And also RRL going to make a run for it over the sidelines. And a triple for RRL, a double for Annihilate. But the Quap is also running out of Sapphire coming in with the buyback. And Annihilate, look at this guy go. Triple kill so far being picked up. Maybe even a fourth, as there is the Brood going for the Faceless Void. Gets the silence, has the webs as well. Looks for the silence and the damage, but is it going to be sufficient enough? And an ultra kill for Annihilate at this point, as Little Boy is also dead. And Void TPs all the way back home, and that was just a buyback from the Snap, and Brood timingly respawning back for this fight to save the day.
And that was everything 5ManMidas had. That was the ideal fight. They get the double Chronosphere, no save for the TA. Aegis gone immediately, and she still steals so much damage to all of these bunched up heroes while Annihilate goes to work on the backlines.
They were so clumped up together and just begging to get hit by that 3-man cookie, but there's not much options. You kind of have to.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
You kind of have to indeed.
Look at this. There's the one-trick wonder. They burn out the refractions, Cataclysm with the Chrono, and by that point you're thinking, okay, this fight is over, but how does this still turn? It is the Snapfire just working her ass off with that fight. The paralyzed Mortimer suddenly feeling that lifeline flowing back into Mortimer's veins. And turning the whole set around. And now the silence up onto the Faces Void, but this is a difficult one. They do get the opportunity for it. Still more 15 seconds for the Sonic Whip to be back up. The Spiderling's taking a lot of beating here. And Bolo gets killed in the end. Now Elvis the Centaur goes in for the blink, but gets dodged as Quap actually silences the Centaur. Doesn't get the stun off. Silence is on to something else than the Centaur instead. It actually is the Lotus Orb to purge it off. And Ogre's buyback has been spent. KBU on the run. Another Chrono is up. Cataclysm is available too.
Every time that Chrono is down, I Annihilate switches into absolute psychopath mode. No fear. Gunning for the supports. The entire BKB spent wailing into the enemy team. They're still not getting anything out of this, though.
At least for now. They did get the Ogre buyback, so that's 2 support. Sorry, that's yeah, that is 2 cooldowns. Lion's gonna be up in 1 minute 50. Ogre's still gone for 7 minutes. What does 5ManMidas want to do? Smoke up on the TA? It seems like a good idea. But again, where is the Weaver? Weaver's not gonna be next to the TA, just like last time. Snapfire. Shouted out, Bolo is the one to spot it. Courier reveals the location exactly, but the Brood is ready, and look at they seem to know. They seem to know so well in the triangle. Now TA also blinks away, and again, Dire scan. They've been seen. They've been spotted. They're TPing back home. There are spiders inside the base. They need to defend it. Unfortunate. This smoke does not have a result.
Yeah, and I think that came from
maybe
from Bolo.
KBU is given something out of this. Spit into the Ogre.
He does not have buyback.
Oh no. Back to the high ground to defense, but they do have the Chrono at least on the 2. Brood is half HP, but KBU's Warden is the one to save the day for the Snapfire again, and that is going to be there. They got the Sonic Wave at the backline as well. Iron will be ready to take out all of these heroes that he can. Lions is going to be silenced up as well. The Faces Point needs 1 more second, but it's going to be silenced up again, and able to get that 1 jump out, but he's down to 200 HP, and Little Boy is just trying to buy some time. Evoker also trying to make his way out. He's up to 500 HP, able to get out of there. Little Boy survives. Brood being dead, it is a 2-for-2 trade, but no supports, but 5ManMidas still has the firepower.
They still do, and that was
Glyphs
exactly
used.
the difference there. There is no damage on 5ManMidas. As soon as their combo is spent, they're done. And all they can do is tank the right clicks and the spells flying out from KBU as they retreat.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. It is a one-trick pony.
Time,
Getting
Little
harder
Boy.
and harder and harder to execute, Little Boy. Tornado onto the Weaver. Weaver might be too deep here. Bit optimistic as well, because he only has the TA around, and TA doesn't want to go for that. Up in 60 seconds. Heartland Centaur, 4.5k or 4.4k rate boss. Stand his ground a little bit longer in these team fights. Downside, he's got a lot of HP, but if you think about his mana pool, Lotus Orb is 1/5 of his mana pool to cast.
Yep, and he needs that one a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Go up silence, poor kid.
So just alone casting Stampede, a stun once, and a Lotus Orb, over half of your mana pool is already gone. Then you have maybe 1 or 2 more Lotus Orb casts for the team fight. Potentially 1. It might be enough, but he still has to, like, serve his rations.
He does. At the very least, 5ManMidas gets to fix their lanes right now. Broodmother is not on their bot racks anymore. Bliss.
Ooh, it's a lot of money for the Centaur there. 1 good double edge. that's quite the something. So you think about 5ManMidas' situation of all in. KPU smoking up. Invoker does not have buyback. He's gone for a refresher straight up. Oh, he wants the double Cataclysm to come out. That's a pretty all-in play.
He is the damage. It's all in, but it's certainly the correct one.
Gotta decide between buybacks or having a secondary save / more damage with the refresher. Another BKB charge. As he decides to opt for that refresher to get more. It is an all-in. He's not too far off of his buyback. A lot of farm, but it's just that he just does not have it right now. Brood Spiders have, I don't know, felt like they were paralyzed there for a second. Just holding and halting in the trees, suspecting somebody's going to jump there anytime soon. And that's a fast Roche, by the way, but they just missed their timing. 5ManMidas. If Ray were to walk back into the pit, as he is right now, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh, he walked out as Roche is spawning. Oh no, timing. So they're going to focus on the defense. Okay, he is still pinging Roach Pits as the area to take control of. And another glimpse inside. Okay, CA's trap is going to reveal Roche.
I think that means Sunlight's going to redouble his efforts to get attention to his bot racks. He wants 5ManMidas to retreat. Oh no!
The TA Bolo goes in for the Hex. The Chrono might just be in range, and it will be now purging down those shards. They will get the Sunstrike, and they even use the refresher for it too. It's a bit overkill, but they wanted to make sure that he gets the hit, even if Weaver lands his ulti in between. So with that, refresher blown, the kill on the TA takes place. Possibilities are now in the hands of 5ManMidas to even look for something. He goes for the buyback to force it out from the TA and KBU. Now they have to commit for this Roshan because they know there's no Chrono and they have just used the buyback of the TA.
She needs that Aegis now, but little boy, they've been working around this boy the entire game and he's still standing there, still being a nuisance.
Been working their way through this base while holding control over Roshan and trying to get this one done. Annihilate with an aggressive blink in. Little boy's going to be there for the stun, and Quap's going to be followed up with the A on this. Will save her life. That is walking in from the side. Annihilate moves in for the Sonic Wave, pushes the Centaur away, but the Stampede will buy some time, but it's not going to be enough. The crits are just too much, and the DD on this TA, absolute powerhouse. Lion, how long are you going to live? Nope, not longer than just one right click from the TA. Again, the cookie backwards. They force out the buyback from Bolo. They also got the Queen of Pain blinking with the sound of the triple kill will take place. And 5ManMidas, they're falling all apart. They're falling apart. Rampage comes in from the spill from the side blades. And Dad will take the 5th kill in quick succession. He's only got 8 kills this entire game, but he gets 5 of them from this team fight. And now the final buybacks are rolling in from 5ManMidas. The Chrono is up in 35 seconds. It's not up. It's not up fast enough, Kips.
It won't be. Their entire base is in shambles.
Hot racks being taken. That also means mega creeps in quick succession for KBU. And Roche is still waiting in the pit to be taken, and that is going to be KBU's next address.
And you could see the hesitancy from Dad there. He's like, I don't want to go in during this fight. If they kill me, it's all over. And Annihilate's like, oh, no problem. I have a buyback. I'll go in. And then you can come sweep him up after me. There's no Chrono.
Aegis picked up. Cheese for the Weaver. Shard on the Quap to get that second A on this second BKB. Now, the big moment of truth. Can Midas actually hold out against Mega Creeps, let alone the next advance from KBU? Because they are very close to ending this series.
One more Chrono? They have that refresher over on the Invoker. It is technically possible. Actually, sorry, also a refresher over on Lies now. So it is possible for them to kill the TA twice. But everything needs to go right for them.
Pixel perfect is needed.
And they need to get the Weaver
It's a
somehow, some
Yep.
way.
Somehow, some way, indeed. It's a lot to ask. TA getting hexed up by the Lion. Lion also getting silenced up. Gotta be very careful here with this TA ready to blink in onto the high ground, but Annihilate's already inside the base. Double Sonic Wave with the silence, but it's not enough to kill the Faceless Void.
Big loss.
Kisses were used as well. Now the smoke up from 5ManMidas. I feel like they might have actually opened themselves the opportunity. The Chrono onto the Weaver with the Chrono thread, with the Cataclysm there, with the second one as well. The Hex is going to be there, and they finally get the kill. But now Liza's going to be all alone. He's just going to get removed from the game. And that is your Faceless Void gone. KBU rampaging inside the base and doing whatever they want right now. They throw in the TA. They're going to take down Bolo. They're going to take down Little Boy. And that should be it as well as KBU. They will take 3. They will take the base. They will force the GG off of 5ManMidas, and this series comes to an end.
But what a ride! 5ManMidas pushing this game once again to the brink of its possibilities.